Well, I'm fixing to show you all my watches today, some of these bad boys. But first, I gotta clean this whole thing up. Boom! There we are, baby. Look at that, all cleaned up. I look good. Let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and take a seat in my nice Ames chair over here, and we're gonna run through my small and humble yet unique watch collection. So what I've got here are some really unique pieces, some new stuff, some vintage stuff, some stuff that I inherited from grandparents, and some stuff that I've had since I was a lot younger, like even in high school. So I'm gonna rearrange the camera angle here, use my footstool as kind of our operating station for the day, and we'll get started. So one of the first things I want to say here is if you call yourself a watch fanatic, it doesn't matter how valuable, monetarily speaking, your collection is. If you don't have a watch tan like this, or better, you ain't no watch guy. Alright, so let's start here. This is probably one of my older pieces in my collection here. Not in terms of its age, but in terms of how long I've had it. And the battery just went out on it the other day, but it is a Nixon watch, and it's a tide watch, so it'll tell you the tides coming in or out. And I was a big fan, still am a big fan of surfing. So it's a really nice looking watch. I wish that it had some battery life and I could show you what's up with it, but you know, just a fun little beat around watch when you're on, you know, out surfing or something like that. I swear to God, if I have fucking focus issues right now. So that's the Nixon. There she is. Oh my God. All right, now we're in focus. So yeah, the Nixon, it's called the Unit, I believe. Yep. Let's see, what do we go to next? I guess I'll go with what I've been daily driving the last few days here. This is a Seiko SKX 007. And I would say that this was one of the first pieces I got when I, you know, really started to understand kind of the watch world and everything that was involved with it, like automatic movements and the different types of watches like divers or chronographs or things like that. So this guy, I just put this leather strap on it the other day. I had the original black rubber strap that these come with, but I just don't like the way that sits on my wrist. So I moved from the black rubber to this nice brown leather. I'm really enjoying it. It's very comfortable to wear. And like I said, this is what I've been wearing for the last few days here. I'll usually hang on to a watch as a daily for a few months on end, and then I'll switch back out to something else. Which is, you know, I get kind of attached to them. I like the way they feel, and you know, it's just kind of fun to develop relationships with these things. So this is what I've been daily driving. So I'm gonna put, it's hard to do when I have a camera right in front of me here. I have a very small wrist as well, so I usually go all the way to the end on these straps, whatever they are. But sits very nicely on the wrist. Rides a little bit high, but that's kind of the classic diver style. And yeah, I think it looks really, really nice with that light brown kind of distressed leather. And I'm a big fan of stitching on leather straps. I don't necessarily love just a straight up leather. I like a little texture, a little character to them. So yeah, this is what we've been daily driving the last few days here. The next piece here, which you've already seen in another video, so we won't spend too much time on it, but this is the Yenny Caribbean 300, the 50th anniversary reissue. It's got that nice beads of rice bracelet on it, which is just insanely comfortable. It's probably the most comfortable strap that I have here out of all of them. I'm a huge fan of this watch. Bought it as a 1 year in business anniversary present to myself after my first year being in business. And man, it's a heavy watch, but it feels light. I love the US Navy dive tables on there. The color blue is just out of this world. I've never seen a color blue like that before. Wore this one for about a year straight, actually. and decided to pull some other ones out of the box here and give them some wrist time and some love. This next one I'm going to show you is one that I've never worn and probably will never wear, but it's very important to me because it belonged to my grandfather, and it was actually a gift from our family to him and my grandmother on their wedding anniversary. So this is a Citizen. To be honest with you, I don't know anything about it other than the fact that it's a Citizen. It's got a very nice dark blue dial, you know, gold and silver looking bracelet, probably about 36 millimeters if I had to guess. So it's not that big. It definitely wears a little bit smaller on the wrist, but it's very lightweight. It's a very nice looking watch. If my camera would stay in focus, this is ridiculous, this focus. But it's, you know, it's dead as well, the battery. And this particular grandfather passed away in 2014. And we had it engraved when we got it for them as a wedding anniversary gift. We had it engraved with their wedding anniversary on it, and then all of our initials in our family. So just a really special piece to me. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever wear it, but you know, I don't think I'll ever get rid of it either. Maybe if I have kids, I'll throw a new battery in there and let them wear it. But my grandmother has a matching one that she still has, and when he passed away, she gave me this one to keep. Now we'll move on to the watch roll here, and this is a very nice little travel watch roll, or just a case in general, that came from Suit Supply. So it holds comfortably about 3 or 4 watches. You can jam like 6 of them on there, but it's a nice dark brown leather, good looking watch case. So moving on to this guy in the middle here. This is a Longines that belonged to another grandfather of mine who also passed away about 4 or 5 years ago, I believe. So this is a Longines Heritage, I believe. I'm sorry, it's not a Longines Heritage. This is a Longines Grand Prize, I guess is what it's called. It's from 1966, I believe. It's about probably a 34 millimeters, so it's very small. And this belonged to another one of my grandfathers, like I said. I don't know if you can hear those gears as I wind it up. It is automatic, but you can wind it manually. So it's a nice looking watch for sure. Probably not something that I would really wear too much, just given the size of it. I don't like wearing smaller watches, but that doesn't mean that I don't like having them. I'm not even going to put it on, but you know, it doesn't wear too small on the wrist. It just feels small, and that I have a problem with. So, but still a very unique piece. I haven't seen too many like this. Like I said, I like the sentimental pieces that, you know, belong to grandparents or whatever. So, moving on, this guy here is pretty cool. And my sister got me this watch and this watch in Prague when she studied abroad over there. Let me give it a little shake here for you. So this is let's see if you see the dial there, a Polja. And it's kind of a cool watch. I'd guess it's probably about a 38 millimeter case. But on the 6 o'clock, and I don't know if you can really see that, this is actually an old Soviet watch. So at the 6 o'clock it says made in USSR, which I think is really interesting. And the fact that it still works without having been serviced, at least in the time that I've owned the watch, which is about 6 or 7 years. The fact that it still works is pretty remarkable, considering that it was made in the USSR. But this is actually one that I will wear a couple times a year, because it does fit me really well. I'll probably get a new band for it because this one's really small. But it looks very nice on the wrist, nice, clean, easy to read. You know, stick dial with the date window, automatic, 23 jewels, I believe. So this is a really cool piece. I like showing this off to friends, especially the fact that it says that it was made in the USSR. So, you know, an interesting relic of the Soviet Union. I put this nice dark leather brown strap on there. I think it kind of matches the brownish color, the light brown color of the dial. So we'll move on from that to this guy here, which is another Soviet watch, although this was made in Czechoslovakia, the CSSR. And I do not have a band for this at the moment. So this guy is just a little, it's called a Prim. And it's got a really kind of a cool case. This reminds me of sort of like a field watch, like a Hamilton khaki, or, you know, kind of something along those lines. Probably 34 millimeters as well. So, you know, not too big, not too small on the wrist, but I love the green hands, and I like the orange second hand. I think that looks really nice. So I'm in between bands on this at the moment. Once again, this is a watch that I don't usually wear all that often, mainly because I need to get a new band for it. Really unique stuff, I think. You know, having a couple Soviet watches is really interesting. To me, I like history, so find stuff like this cool. Nothing. I don't have anything with an exhibition back, so there you can't see any of the movements, unfortunately. But that's all right. I don't look at the back anyway. So the last thing I'm going to show you is a little ridiculous. It came from my grandfather as well, the same one that I inherited this watch from here, the Longines. And it's a fake Rolex, and I only ever wear it if I'm going to a party and I want to look just as ridiculous as possible. So it is a fake. I mean, it still has an automatic movement in it, which is impressive, but it is a fake Rolex day date. So this was my grandfather's absolutely ridiculous fake gold Rolex day date with an iced out bezel and an iced out face with ruby hour markers. And I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is totally who he was. He loved gold, he loved diamonds. So it doesn't surprise, it honestly surprises me that he would buy a fake a little bit, but at the end of the day, it also doesn't surprise me. So this is a fun watch to wear when I'm trying to be ridiculous. You know, I do not condone fake pieces of any kind. Like I said, I got this one from my grandfather. So I rarely will ever wear it. I mean, this is like a Halloween piece or something ridiculous like that if I'm going to some sort of themed party. I just think wearing fake stuff is disrespectful, and it kind of degrades the brand that you're aspiring to be like. So I don't condone it of any kind. But like I said, the fact that it's just all iced out with the rubies and the gold, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So it's fun to have, and it makes me laugh, but I don't wear it or pretend that it's real and pretend that, you know, I ball out like that. But, you know, I mean, it's got an automatic movement, so that's kind of cool. It's certainly maybe more of a higher end fake, but very fake nonetheless. I mean, you can just tell with how flimsy the bracelet is. It's like way too light to be what it is. Yeah, that's kind of my that's my collection here. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think is your favorite. If you've got a watch collection, I'd love to see those. Hit me up on Instagram at DANSVILLE007. And that's going to be it for the video today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you wouldn't mind for your boy. And I'm going to head to work here this morning. So yeah, that's about it. I think my next watch that I'm going to buy is going to be definitely in the higher end category. I mean, all these watches are either, you know, this is the most expensive one that I have in here. It's about $1,000. And the rest of them are, you know, just a couple $100 here or there. But the next thing I'm going to do is move up into the higher end. So, you know, I can't decide kind of what I want to do or which direction I want to go with it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think I should get next. Maybe somewhere between the $3,000 and $6,000, range. You know, thinking maybe the Speedmaster, that's an obvious one. one of the IWC pilots, their entry-level pilots. Or I also had a big love affair with Zenith. So those might be what I end up doing next. So yeah, thanks guys. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.